So many things have changed. I definitely will do an apartment tour before I leave this place. People like when you move, people like when you're starting something new. Can you date or marry a younger man? A man that's 40 is 30. A man that's 50 is 40. So running that business has taught me so much in such a short period of time. People be watching my videos for some cheat codes. I'm not gonna give you any cheat code. Should I wait for him to be financially ready to settle down? What's your taste in men? Me, my type? Don't move to Lagos if you have nowhere to stay, guys. Please. I don't know. Like, am I supposed to do with the guy? Like, I'm gonna be a lady. Open up our own K-Casa store. Feels like I can't relate with you in the way I used to anymore. I'm meant to keep eye contact. If you think I'm fun enough, I do not have a Pinterest perfect life, guys. Okay, straight to it. Are you dating Timini? Okay, let's actually talk about that interview because Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If it's your first time here, hi, my name is Kamsinnamani. Please subscribe if you end up watching the video. I post vlogs, I would say self-development videos, but I haven't done that in a while. We just like I'm about to do in this video. And yeah, it's a really fun time, I think, when I'm consistent. Anyway, I'm so rusty if you can't already tell. I did this like 10 times if I got it right. I've just been posting vlogs most of the time. I try to catch you guys up on my vlogs, but I just felt like we haven't really sat down to talk. I feel like the last one I did was in like February or ending January. And you know, it's about to be June. And I just feel like, the past 6 months have been a lot. I just wanted to catch up with you guys. If you guys had any questions I haven't talked about in the vlogs. When I put this up, I was like, oh, let's make it interesting because I don't know what was doing me. I was in the mood to overshare, and now I'm like, I'm looking at these questions. I'm like, what did I do? But you know, let's just start. I also really hope the footage isn't blurry because again, I'm rusty, but I think it's not. Bear with me if it is. I'm so sorry. I'll be so angry if it is, but yeah. The first question is from Muna. I'll say out your names if it's not a personal question. If it is, I just won't. So Muna says, how is life treating you? Life is, for the most part, life is good, but I'm a normal human being. Some days are good, some days are great, and some days are awful. Like every other person. But I think in general, it's been a really good year, I would say. You guys know I launched my business, K-Casa, basically a sleepwear, a loungewear brand back in December. And we just celebrated, well, I say we, but me. I just celebrated like 6 months running the business. And, you know, as I'm educating myself more and more, I know 6 months is literally like nothing in like business years and making sure like you're good. But I just like to celebrate small wins and just remind myself that, I don't know, slow and steady wins the race. Is that how you say it? I don't know. But in general, life has been good. Favor says, I need tips and guide on how to start a made in Nigeria clothing brand. I need your advice. I think the major thing would be finding good tailors or manufacturers. It was definitely a big thing for me in starting mine. I saw a lot of business questions, so like don't hold me. These are the questions I got. If you were not happy, you should have asked your own question. But yeah, I think my major concern was like tailors and manufacturers. Most people think that Kamsi Casa or K-Casa is my first business. It's actually not. I had Kamsi's Corner, the OGs know, where I basically resold IKEA stuff when the Naira wasn't terrible and piss poor. But yeah, I was redoing my old room and I really wanted IKEA stuff, and I found a really good logistics company that wasn't too pricey. So I would order stuff from IKEA, put their address, and then they would send it to me, and I use it for my room. And as I kept doing that, I would always get questions like, oh my God, where did you get this? Basically, I hardly ever do things if I haven't gotten a question on it, or I haven't seen the demand. I just think that's a smarter way to do things. Same thing as my brand. I know there was a question there about, oh, how did I start my brand? I kept getting those questions because I would always buy pajama sets from Shen, because that was like the only international site that wasn't too expensive to ship down. It was just pajama sets, and there wasn't a lot of variety here. And I would always get questions like, where's your pajama, like from my vlogs? And I said there was a demand, but it really hadn't clicked until I can't even remember. Okay, I do remember, I lied. I don't remember exactly what I was doing, but I think I was talking about pajama sets and saying, oh my God, I think I was on my Pinterest. And I'm like, why can't I find this here? Like I was telling someone, and then he was kind of like, so, you know, why don't you now just solve the problem? And literally like a light bulb went off. I'm like, yeah, why can't I solve the problem? You know, I've always liked clothing and all of that, but I just felt it was there are a lot of people already in the game. If that's what you want to do, please do it. Don't let what I'm saying discourage you. If that's what you want to do. I don't know, I just feel like I wasn't as, even though I love clothing, I wasn't as passionate about, starting my own clothing brand, like normal clothing. And I knew it would take more. I think I'm jumping so much, but basically my first business, why that stopped, because I was reselling IKEA stuff and it was doing well until the exchange rate became too much, and then shipping was too expensive, and I couldn't really justify, like when I would now sell it, I couldn't sell it with, like, it was just so much. So I just really stopped the business because of the exchange rates. So that also made me know that importation was something I didn't want to do, especially at the beginning. So starting K Casa, I wanted it made here. And so everything would make sense. So what I'm now saying about clothing is that if I wanted regular clothes, that would require more skills or more skilled tailors, because, you know, especially for women, we have the bust, we have the waist, we have the hip, like it's so much goes on. I just felt like I am not as passionate to really, you know, put all my time into this and make, like, I just, no. So when the pajama idea came up, I was like, that's perfect, because, you know, pajamas, guys, we don't need to know you have figure eights in pajamas. Like, it's going to be oversized, going to be like to chill. It's literally just, you know, it just all worked out for me. Like, I just felt like I can work with that. Like, I can actually work with that. So I feel like for you, the main thing would just be finding good tailors and manufacturers. I use a manufacturer because I just didn't have the energy to deal with tailors directly. Because if you know that those people can be wicked. Tailors can literally break your heart and not care, like they'll disappear. So I just knew that, I knew what I didn't want. I didn't want to be shouting and looking for tailors. I wanted a middleman to handle that, and I would pay the middleman, and then they will handle all the domestics. So yeah, that would be my tip. Find good, affordable tailors or a good manufacturer. Did you design your space yourself? It's so aesthetic. I did. I actually did. I know I've been getting questions. I'm like, I think I saw a DM one time. She was like, Kamsi, it's been 2 years. We haven't seen like an apartment tour. And I'm just like, I just feel so many things have changed, and my priority list has changed as well. When I moved in here, like, I was just like, oh my God, I'll do up my space, I'll do this, and that's actually very expensive. I'm not even gonna lie, like, doing up your space is very expensive, especially when you have my taste. It's really expensive. So when I wanted to do other projects that required my money, I had to pick, and I just feel like I got it to the point where, like, it's basically 80%, I would say 85% done. Just little things I would like to change, but I just keep pushing it because now I can actually do it. But it's just like, I just feel like there are more important things I need to handle. And when I'm ready to do it, I will do it. I definitely will do an apartment tour before I leave this place, which I don't know when, but it might be sooner than you think. That's all I'm going to say. But I'll definitely finish it up, give a tour if and when I leave here. I really am fighting the urge to put my hair in a side part because my leave-out was in the side part, but that's literally my comfort zone. I just hope I don't hate how I look with this middle part. But yeah, what advice would you give anyone moving to Lagos from the East? It's very, very fast paced. You might be overwhelmed. It's also a lot more expensive. But I just would say leaving your comfort zone will always be uncomfortable. So don't take that as a bad sign. Just have a plan. Not everything from A to Z has to be sorted, but at least know where you're going to stay, know what you're going to do for work, especially that your accommodation. That's a big thing. I realized when I'll be listening to some stories. Don't move to Lagos if you have nowhere to stay, guys. Please, that's not safe. It's not worth it. Have a place you're staying, like someone reliable, not someone you just met on the internet. I wouldn't recommend that. But yeah, just have accommodation and what you're doing sorted, and then I just feel like as you keep going, the opportunity will present itself. Any tips to grow a small business, guys? I just started.
I just arrived. Is the president coming? I just arrived. Is the president coming? I just arrived.
When last did you speak to him?
I just arrived.
When last did you speak to him?
I just arrived. Is the president coming? I just arrived.
I literally, like, one thing I hate when someone just starts something and already they're giving tips, you're giving advice. Like, it's just like, you just know, maybe someone just got married like a year ago and already you're like a relationship expert. Like, calm down, do like this.
Do like this. Do like this. Calm your chairs down. Oh, everything will be okay in your life.
Calm down. So I don't honestly think I am, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't think I'm the one you should be looking for tips. I would just say read more books, read more business books. I'll try and put some in the description, but I would just say read books from people who have done it, and that would be a good place to start. Shreya says, how do I get a Pinterest perfect life like you have? PS, I'm clumsy AF. I do not have a Pinterest perfect life, guys. Like, what? Everything you see is curated. Like, I have done it so that it looks that way for you. Like, my vlogs, yes, I think I can be in a, I guess, Pinterest-esque location, but putting it together and things just, it's edited. I don't have a Pinterest perfect life. That's just a summary. Like, I just don't be adding, I know that I'm doing it intentionally, but when I'm going through it, my first thought is not, oh my God, let me grab my camera. No, I'll just give a recap because I'm going through it at the moment. So yeah. I really admire your personality, style, and business acumen. Oh, thank you. I met you once and couldn't tell you because I was shy. Honestly, I don't blame you. I have met certain people and I would want to say hi, but like I would get so nervous. And that's why when people actually come say hi, I'm always like very aware to, like, I want you to be happy that you did, because I know that it's actually it's actually a bold thing to do because you don't know how someone will react, especially in Lagos. So I'm always like, I don't know, I just want to make you so comfortable, and like I'm so thankful and happy that you actually walked up, because sometimes I can't even do it myself. Just want to say you're a beauty with brains. Oh, thank you. Keep making us proud. We pin for you for life. Thank you. Person says, could you share your Snapchat handle if you're active on there, please? I am not on Snapchat. I don't know, Snapchat just gives me weird vibes. I just feel like the Snapchat I remember was a flower crown, dog emoji, and it has just changed to what I don't know. Like, it actually gives me the ick, especially if a guy is asking for my Snapchat. I'm like, no, I'm not active on there. I don't even have it on this phone. I have so many friends, creator friends that are big on Snapchat. Like, they will tag me. I don't even know how many requests I have on that, but I just cannot. Before I used to just come and glance on people's stories. Now I don't even go on the app. Like, I don't have it. It's fine. It's actually fine. Someone says you're no longer friends with Moses. Why would you think I'm no longer friends with Moses, guys? Like, I'm so confused with this question. From where to where? Like, what happened? I think you guys just feel like if people are not posting themselves together or are not tagging, then, oh my God, they're fighting. Not really. I have no issues with Moses, please. Has it crossed your mind to get a physical store for K-Casa? No, not really. What has crossed my mind is distribution. How, like, you can get Fenty at Sephora You can get Skims at Selfridges. You can like, so I would at some point want to supply K-Casa PJs to already existing stores. Let's say some stores that are in ShopRite, some stores like, I think that would be, if anything, in terms of being physical, that would be my next step. I just feel like having my own store now just seems a bit too capital intensive, and I've never been one to bring a lot of money and put it, like, I don't know, I'm very, risk averse? Am I using the right word? I don't like to start things really big. I don't know. I'm very, like, I want to test it out, which is what I did with K-Casa at the start. I didn't even start with my own website. I used a third-party website, looked at the demand, figured it was good, started my own website. The quantity I started wasn't too big, saw the demand, increased. I mean, every launch we increase. That's personally how I like to do things. And then yes, at some point it's not like, okay, time to, wear my big girl pants and push this thing, because I've seen the trajectory, and it's like, it's now time to pull out the big guns. That's just how I personally like to do things. I also feel, I might be wrong, I've not really looked into it, so I don't want to say it, but I just feel like a physical store now, like, I don't know, I'm just like, there's a website, But as I also said, doing pop-ups so I can reach other people, because I know that foot traffic is still a thing, especially in Nigeria. Like, people like to, is it just in Nigeria generally? But yeah, I would go through the distribution route before, we open up our own K-Casa store. It would be so cute. Oh my God, it would be so aesthetic. You already know. But yeah. Someone said, should I wait for him to be financially ready to settle down or see other people? Because I asked for questions, if you want to ask for advice or assumption. So I guess it's advice she wants. I would say if you're going to wait, like be doing other things, let the waiting not stop you from doing your own thing. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, so if waiting for him to be financially stable means maybe you can't travel to go study a course because no. I would say you can still be waiting for him to be financially stable, and you can still go travel, get the degree, if you want to further your degree. Let your life also be moving along. So that way, if the waiting, he's now starts to act mad, you're not going to feel, oh my God, I stalled all of this and this and this for you to be this. I just feel like women should learn how to put themselves first and not feel guilty. There's this guilt that comes, like, you should not feel guilty, because if roles were reversed, one thing about men, they will put themselves first. That's what we need to learn from them. One thing about a man, he will put himself first. We need to do that, especially when that's not even your man yet. It's like you're not married, sis. So yeah, I would say that, because you don't even know when he's financially ready if it's you he still wants to settle down with. So they're just different things, and I just feel protect yourself, and how you do that is let your life not be waiting as well. You're doing other things, and if you now see someone who is better while you're doing other things, you jump ship. That's what I would say. Okay? Someone says, can you date or marry a younger man? Child, even the older men are like very immature. I don't know. I know that sometimes like age doesn't really dictate all these things, but I would say, honestly, I would say no, because I just feel like it's going to be rare that, because I already believe that thing of like men are like 10 years behind. So if you're talking to a man that's 30, truly, he's still in his 20s. He's still 20. A man that's 40 is 30. A man that's 50 is 40. So I can't imagine someone that is even younger. So that's 10 years what? Like, I really doubt it, but you can never really tell. But would that be my first option? Hell no. No. What do you do when your mom seems to be the weapon fashioned against your mental health? Wow. That was so poetic. Sorry, I shouldn't be laughing. I'm so sorry. Wow. I would say, I don't even know what to say, if I'm being so honest. Easier said than done, especially if you're living with them. But just try to avoid her. Try not to maybe tell her things that matter to you, so that she doesn't use that against you. And at some point, it's really hard with what I'm saying, because I was going to say maybe don't hold her words don't really listen to the words she says, but that's your mom at the end of the day. Like, her words matter to you. But I would also say pray about it if you can. If there's like a trusted auntie or uncle you can talk to, I would definitely say don't keep it to yourself and don't like internalize. I feel like talk to someone you feel your mom will listen to, or maybe even a pastor, like someone you feel like will understand, you know? That's what I'll say. I'm really so sorry. I feel like if you have an advice for her, please let her know in the comment section. So sorry, love. How do you combine everything? Work, your business, friendship? You make it seem so easy. It's really not easy. I don't even think I have like a good balance. Most of the time work takes over and I overdo it, I overindulge, and then when I get so burnt out, I just disappear. So I'm really trying to pace myself. That's why on YouTube I said I would only post one video a week, and I've been fighting myself not to try and do twice. I'm like, no, I'm just trying to pace myself. It's not easy at all, especially when you like work for yourself. There's no closing time, there's no business hours. You're constantly on it. Like, you're thinking of how to improve this, how do you do this, how do you make this better. And yeah, it can really make your friendships, relationships a little bit, you know, difficult to maintain. But it's just about priority, planning yourself. So it's definitely not easy, and I'm still trying to figure it out. Feels like I can't relate with you in the way I used to anymore via your YouTube videos. Well, I don't know. I'm a human being. We grow, we outgrow, and I've been on YouTube for a couple years now. I am 26, going to be 27. Can't really be talking about the same thing I was talking about when I was 22, 23. Things are happening, my life is changing, and I just carry you guys along. I'm not gonna stay where I was because I'm trying to be relatable to everyone. I can't be relatable to everyone. We all have our different journeys. Adora says, what's your taste in men? You mean my type? Honestly, I think I used to have like a physical type, and now I don't think that's my type anymore. I feel like the only thing physical I will die on, I will not give up, is height. I don't know, height just does something for me. I don't even mean be like Goliath or anything, but like just be taller than me. I don't want to have to think of my shoes. I don't think about my heels. I don't think, let me wear heels to get, no. That's what I mean by be taller than me. Not just like an inch. I want like, no matter what I wear, worst case scenario at the same height. I just feel, because I don't think I'm that tall, so why should I have to sacrifice that? No. In general, my taste in men is, I just like men that are men. Need I say more? I want like, you just know when you're with a man and you're like, yeah, I'm with a man. That's my type. That's literally my type. Especially for women like me, that I feel like I feel like I'm the type of person that makes things happen. Like my business, my career, like I'm very forward-thinking, problem-solving. Like I'm the type of person that's how I am. So, and I'm a woman. So I feel like if a man doesn't have those traits, like can't solve problems, doesn't take action, to me, that's not my, I don't, please. What's my taste? A man, a true definition of a man. A friend gifted me cake casa set for my birthday. I just want to say the quality is great. Well done. Oh, thank you so much. Those are so cute, guys. Like, so many people gift their friends and they'll have like cute notes, because you can do that, and then we'll write the notes for your friend, put it in our box if you want it in a box, and it's honestly so cute. So yay, thank you. I've just started watching you from the US and I love your content. Thank you. Did you take any interior decor classes? I actually didn't. I was going to, but again, something else to cover my attention. But I wanted to really get into the you know, the 3D, all them plans and all of that. But I still will. I still like it. I really want to develop hobbies. Doesn't necessarily have to be paid, but something I enjoy. So I would still look into it. I love your console. Where did you get it from? I actually got a couple questions. I just had a carpenter do it for me. Like, I didn't buy it from anywhere. I just had it made. Okay, straight to it. Are you dating Timini? The chemistry between you two was crazy. Okay, let's actually talk about that interview, because the comment section was a mess, honestly, guys. The video did really well. It definitely got to people that didn't know me, which is always great because I'm growing. I meet a lot of people and they always go like, oh, I've seen your face before. Like, you interviewed Timini. I'm like, yeah. So that's kind of like how life has been now. So thankful that he came on, because it was really like, we told the story in the video, literally. I met him at an event, and the second time I told him about this, and then we exchanged numbers so that he could come. And he didn't make it a big thing. Like, I've asked other people, and then they'll be like, yeah, but like, it's like, you're not that busy, like, let's be so for real. But then he's really busy. I think he's the highest, what's the word, he made, like, I don't even know, he had like a big achievement recently. So he has a lot going on, you know. So that happened, and then we filmed the video. When I saw the final cut, because I wasn't the one that edited it, I was just like, oh, I could already see the comments, because anytime I interview a guy, the comments are just usually similar. And I don't know if it's because you guys rarely see me around men. I guess partly my fault, because it's not really my fault. I don't know. See, I just feel like it's a man's world, but in my vlog world, we are decentering men. So I just like to be around the girlies. And once in a while, a guy will make a cameo. But I don't know if it's because you guys are not used to seeing me around guys, that you always think if I'm talking to a guy or something, I am in love, or I'm falling in love, or I'm flirting so hard, or I'm dying for him. Like, let's just relax. Let's actually relax. So to answer your question, no, we are not dating. He's a good friend. That's really what it is, guys. And I don't know if you guys wanted me to bone my face. You want me to be like, don't do that, or don't say that. Like, it's not that serious, literally. Like, don't you guys know how to banter, honestly? Like, yo, please. And I just feel like a lot of videos are just projecting, because obviously we all know Timini is hot cake. He's literally always trending on TikTok when babes meet him. So I don't know if some of the comments, I'm just like, babe, this is your desire. Because if it was you would have been gone. And I'm not you. Let's keep it PG. I even had to go through my other interview. I'm like, is it me? Like, am I the problem? And I'm like, maybe it's how I talk, because I don't know, like, will I be, to be honest, maybe that's what it is. I know I don't sound or talk the same way when I'm talking to a guy and when I'm talking to like my friends. Even if the guy's my friend, I just feel like, I don't know, maybe it's biology or something, but I'm just a bit more, I like to make people, especially on my show, I like to make people comfortable. I don't know, like, am I supposed to do with the guy? Like, I'm gonna be a lady. I'm going to talk. I'm going to be a bit slower so they can hear me. I'm going to keep eye contact, because it's an interview, which I feel like a lot of people find uncomfortable. But I will look you in the eyes and I'll ask you a question. If you think I'm falling in love, or I don't know, child, I just feel like it's really good to hold eye contact when you're talking to people. Like, yeah, I'm not staring them down, but I'm gonna lightly look at you, and yeah, like I'm looking at you now. Are you nervous? Do you feel pressured about marriage and childbearing? Not really. I feel, if anything, I'm curious, like, wow, who really bagged me for real? Don't lie. We've all thought about that, like, oh, who really ended up at the altar? Like, wow, okay, congrats to you. That's really what goes in my mind. I'm like, who will I actually say I do to? Like, wow, no, literally, who bagged me for real? That's literally what goes on in my head. Like, fair enough. That's more like what I think about. Pressure, not really. But I do know, as I get older, I am, I'm just more aware of it because everyone's always talking about it. And then you're in circles where like your friends, your cousins, your sisters are like getting married. So you're just more like, oh, okay, I guess it's our turn for real, for real. But I'm definitely in a better place when it comes to that. I feel like when I was younger, 24, 25 even. 25 definitely, 26. I'm 26 now. Earlier, I just wasn't on that. I just had things I wanted to get done. One being I really wanted to live by myself. And I felt because of like, Nigeria and everything, I just felt like I really want to get this out of the way. 2 years and counting. And it's like, okay, I've done that. I like that. I know myself a lot more. When I was younger, I was so pressed on like, I want to have kids in my 20s. And not until recently, I just realized like, yeah, when you have those kids, you do know that they're just not going to disappear. Like, you're not going to be a mom for the rest of your life. Like, it's a long journey. So like the rush of like, I want to have that. No. It's kind of like, actually, do I just not want to enjoy my 20s a lot without anyone crying in my ear then? So it's like, okay. And I think that's the beauty of getting older and knowing yourself, like things you thought you were going to do as you get older, you're like, actually, let's think about this again. So, yeah. What do you do when you are not sure? You are not sure you like someone and you don't know what to say, or you don't want to say no. You liked this person before and now he confessed his love, but you're not sure anymore and don't want to say no. You already know you don't like him, babes. You don't have to say you're not sure anymore. Like, you're really like, I don't want to say no because it might hurt his feelings. But like I said earlier, the one thing about women, they will put themselves first, and we as women need to learn that. If you're not comfortable with something, say it. Don't feel, oh my God, how is he going to feel? That's none of your business. How do you feel? How do you feel? How is he making you feel? It's like a constant thing of like, no, let's check in with ourselves. Do I like this? Am I comfortable with what he did? And say it. Say your mind. Because they will say their mind. Men ask the most bizarre thing, looking at like eye to eye. They will say it. Why do women always feel the type of way when, like, say your mind. You don't like that, you don't like it. You don't feel the same way, you don't feel the same way. Only thing is, you have to think about safety. So when you are saying it to him or rejecting him, make sure you are in a safe place. Make sure it's over the phone. He doesn't know, like, it's sad, but that is the reality. Man or bear every time. So, yeah, I just say with your chest, life moves on. There are people he has told the same. There are people he has ghosted. He did not die. Maybe this is his karma. Not to sound any type of way, but I just feel like be comfortable with saying no and not always having to think of the other person. How do you know when you're in love? How do I know when I'm in love? I think when I start making sacrifices, I think that's like, oh wow, I actually like this one. I think that's like the number one sign. Like, I'm actually, how I'm telling you guys, put yourself first. Like, when I'm now like, how would he feel like genuinely, like, just consider the other person's feelings. I feel that's a good telltale sign to know if I actually like you. What's your take on long distance relationships? Not my cup of tea. Someone says, your man. What about my man? What does that mean? Do you see yourself being an influencer for the rest of your life? I feel like I genuinely like what I do, and if I wasn't making any money from this, I would still do it because I like it. So, I don't know, maybe not professionally, but would I want to share things I liked, or maybe I did a hairstyle and I liked it and give you guys details on it? Yeah, I think so. So, I guess that's me saying yes for the rest of my life. I don't know, rest of your life sounds so serious, but I genuinely like what I do. I like to share. I like to post things online. That's how I started. That's how it kicked off. I feel like you're engaged, girly. What's giving you that vibe? I'm genuinely curious. Like, what is giving you that vibe? Because I feel like I've gotten these questions a number of times. Like, what is giving you that vibe? I think it's completely normal. Like, I don't get offended when people want to know about, my relationship, or if I'm dating, or who's your man, or all of that. I understand why you would want to know. I understand. Doesn't mean I have to answer, but I understand. I feel like I answered this question. I gave an answer And then I was like, if there's any update, like this is not going to be a recurring thing. So that's my answer to all of that. Because I would really want to share more. By the end of the day, it's the internet. Sometimes people be watching my videos for some cheat codes, you know, and me, I'm like, I'm not gonna give you any cheat code. You will have to, you know. So sometimes, like when you get, I want to answer, I'm like, that's a cheat code. I don't want anyone getting cheat codes from me. So yeah, you have to wear your big boy pants and do it with your chest. So I think that's also one of the reasons I don't always say things or answer things, because at the end of the day, I still have my real life, and I know that at some point this world merges with that and people visit, and like I'm very aware of that. So I have to know what can affect me and what can't, and what I can put out. And yeah, I just hope you guys understand that. Yeah. How old were you when you left your parents' house, and how did it impact on your beginning YouTube? I moved to Lagos for NYSC back in 2020, so I was 22. Oh my god, going on 23. I was a baby. Oh my god. Oh. I was so hard on myself. I was actually so young. Oh my god. Yes, I was 22. It definitely made me grow up faster. I'd already started YouTube before I moved completely, but I think people just really like moving. People like when you move. People like when you're starting something new, and that kind of helped. There were more things to do in Lagos, so that helped the content. I think people are genuinely curious about Lagos, so it helps with searching. Like I'm never going to say, oh my god, where you are doesn't affect. It does, but it doesn't mean you can only succeed in one place. That's what I would say. Okay guys, I think I'm going to take one more question and close this out. Someone says, what is one thing running K Casa has taught you? Running that business has taught me so much in such a short period of time. I think it's just me knowing that you never really know, like you can't predict like your audience. I feel like running a business about just meeting a series of problems and figuring out how to solve them while you're going. You don't halt everything to solve that problem. Yeah, I'm really grateful for the business. I actually really want to thank you guys for supporting me. My end goal is for people to not like it just because it's mine, but to genuinely like the product. And when I get feedback, and sometimes I see that this person maybe found this from like a video, doesn't really know that it's from me, I just feel like, wow, I'm doing something. And I think there's another question about what advice you would give to someone that's starting a business. Try to solve a problem. I think that really helps. I saw a problem, I saw a lack, and I keyed into it. I also really did like it, so I was passionate about it. Some people didn't get it. Some people felt like people don't wear PJs in Nigeria, but I felt like I wear pajamas and I would buy pajamas. So I know I can't be the only one that feels that same way. And I took a bet on myself, and that's something I always preach to people. You just have to do it. You have to do it. I'd rather do it and it fails to always thinking, what if? I hate that so much. And we only have one life to live, and I'm going to live mine very well. Okay guys, I think that's how I'm going to end this Q&A. Thank you so much for your questions. Yeah, new hair actually. Should have said this first. I actually just posted the video and it's doing numbers. But yeah, if you're still watching, thank you. Subscribe, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.